Why, hello there. I'm Daniel Stern, but of course you may know me as the Code Whisperer, and I'm here to tell you all about my brand new course, JavaScript Promises. Now, there's not a whole lot to say about this course because I just took from my big bag of ideas the topic I thought would be most practical, most useful, and just the most advantageous way to spend time that a developer who wants to get ahead with the right skills can do. So I've taken all the most important ideas about JavaScript promises and boiled them down into one course. We'll be using promises, we'll be handling promises, we'll be throwing errors from promises and catching those errors. We'll even make our own promise implementation. We'll do a whole bunch of advanced promise stuff like combining them, using utilities like any and all, chaining them, troubleshooting them, and just overall becoming some serious promise users. At the end of this course, you'll be able to have an intelligent discussion with your team lead and project manager about any promise-related coding challenge and how it might be solved. In addition, you'll make yourself more valuable to your company by solving problems that involve promises faster and more reliably. So there's no need to hesitate. Go ahead, sign right up for this course, and I'll see you there. Hello and welcome to this course entitled JavaScript Promises. I am the Code Whisperer, and this is part of the 52 Courses 2021 series. Let's jump right into it. What is the point of this course? So this is a course on JavaScript promises, and JavaScript promises are everywhere. And if you don't know what promises are, don't worry, we're going to get to that. So you can find these so-called promises in everything from enterprise applications to open source libraries. It's even built right into JavaScript. So since promises are everywhere, having a strong understanding of promises saves you time. Maybe when you're troubleshooting a particular thing, it's only a couple of minutes at a time. But if you're a professional developer, you're probably working with promises every day. That's hundreds of hours over a lifetime of coding. So what can you expect upon completing this course? Well, you'll learn to identify promises. You'll be able to tell what kind of promise you're dealing with and how to implement or troubleshoot it. You'll be able to quickly use all the standard methods that let you return promises and use them in your code. You'll understand enough about promises to be able to have discussions with your team lead or your boss regarding promises and how they should be used. And you'll be able to troubleshoot errors that emerge from promise stacks in an above average manner. Unfortunately, this process is so complicated that no one can really do it perfectly, but you'll be able to do it better than most. And finally, at the end of the day, you'll be able to use promises to be able to craft code that is more easily maintained, easier to read, innovative, and, well, fun to write. So let's look at a roadmap of what is to come in the upcoming clips. So first will be understanding promises. What are promises? Why do they exist? Why are they so complicated? Where do they come from? Where do they go? What are promises? You don't know. So let's learn about promises in that chapter. Then after that, we're going to be using promises. So first we'll identify where and when we need to use them, and then we'll learn and implement the code needed to create and use these promises. So this is where most of the coding exercises in this course will be found. As H.P. Lovecraft once said, from even the greatest of horrors, irony is seldom absent. And while handling errors with promises is pretty horrible, we'll be able to have some fun and learn about it. And also we'll be able to understand why maybe it's okay that it can't be done perfectly. So in the next clip, we'll start understanding promises.